In the world of retail, competition is cutthroat.
There's a jungle out there, and it's dangerous.
These entrepreneurs have big ambitions.
My dream is to see an Incredipop in every home in America.
So they've come to our investor and his team of experts for help.
I think she can take this retail opportunity and rock it.
They'll get quizzed by real consumers.
Why is this better than regular dough?
And get feedback.
It's real pricey.
It just looks too generic.
And in the end, Joe and Joe alone decides if they will receive the backing of Hatched Business Solutions.
I think you have so much to offer, kid.
And a chance to change their lives forever. This week, a mom entrepreneur who's created a new spin on a magical family tradition.
I'm going to be the brand. When people think of the Tooth Fairy, it's going to be me.
A lot is riding on the success of her product.
It's going to change the life for my daughter.
But will her over-the-top enthusiasm prove to be too much for Joe?
Dial it down. Don't lose it in the shuffle.
Will she live happily ever after?
We have decided.
Our investor, Joe, has brought together his experts. Freddie Cameron is a retail expert with over 16 years of experience, responsible for over $2 billion in product sales. And Nicole Lappin is a New York Times best-selling author and one of the nation's top financial experts, anchoring financial news on CNBC, CNN, and Bloomberg.
All right, guys, this week we have a huge product category, children's products. Parents and retailers alike, they always want the next big thing for their kid.
Absolutely. It's growing every year. Billions. Multi-billion-dollar category.
Things that begin with B's.
You ready to meet our first entrepreneur?
Bring the lady on.
Kristen, a driven mom entrepreneur, is seeking an investment to launch her kid-inspired product into a national brand.
Hello.
My name is Kristen Del Castillo, and I am the owner of Tooth Fairy's Tale. And I'm the creator of the Baby Teeth Keepsake Book, Chenille Pillow, Tooth Fairy Doll, and Storybook. It's a baby teeth keepsake book that stores the baby teeth, all 20 that a child loses, in a beautiful keepsake book. The child will put the tooth in a tooth pillow, and the parent will come, take the tooth, and hide the Tooth Fairy doll with the money or with a little toy or surprise, and you can leave a toothbrush and toothpaste, just teaching a child about oral health care. And that little book I created ties that all together.
You kind of look like the Tooth Fairy. Oh, thank you. If I imagine a Tooth Fairy.
You don't have wings back there, do you?
I do, but I hid them underneath the jacket.
How did you come up with this idea?
Well, how it came about is a little VHS box I had for my son's first tooth. I wanted to display it in a beautiful way instead of in drawers or in jewelry boxes. So I started with the little VHS box, and I showed my mom. I said, Mom, did I ever show you Chris's teeth? You know, the little display. She's like, oh my gosh, this is so creative. You really need to market this. And I was in real estate, and I was doing really well. And at home, I have an autistic daughter who has special needs. And my husband was having a hard time, and so was she with me being away on weekends. And he asked me if I would quit my job and stay home. And of course, she's my priority, so that's what I did. When I was home, I just thought it's the perfect time to create something to help secure her future. So that's how it began.
I love products that actually have a great story. And also, I commend you for what you did just to create something that's not out there yet.
Thank you, Freddie.
I admire Kristen's drive to create this one-of-a-kind product for her daughter. I'm eager to learn more. Where are you currently selling your product right now?
I tested the market with a gift show, and one person put me in a catalog, and it went extremely well. They ordered 18,000 books alone, because at the time, that's all I had were the books. And then I also did a Harvest Festival, which is a traveling fair for handmade products. And just the one weekend, I sold over 5,000.
Pretty impressive numbers.
Let's just put the rubber down on the road. What do you want from us?
I'm really good at the creative part and you know, talking about my product and stuff, but I just need help with like the getting it out there. I have the product that I designed. Now I need some retail help. I need some good expert advice so I can move it to the next level.
Where do you see this product going?
I want to create a brand. I want to be the name for the Tooth Fairy. I want to do an app that does teach kids about oral hygiene, a storybook about saving money. I'd like to go into little videos, also paper dolls, coloring books. Nothing can hold me back at this point.
And dial it down. It's a super concept. Don't lose it in the shuffle.
I think your ambition is amazing. I love it. I just think that you might be getting a little bit too fragmented. Focus first on making one product a great success. You haven't done that yet.
If Kristen wants to build a brand, she needs to make this product a success first, really make her mark, and then think about branching out.
All right, Madam Tooth Fairy, may we see the product? Thank you. I think it's cute. It looks like a book, but surprise, it's not. I think you just need to educate folks about this. You really need to explain to a consumer why they're saving their teeth.
This product has a lot of potential. It has an educational component to promote dental hygiene. It also has a tradition component between families. But right now, that's not intuitive, and Kristen really needs to educate parents.
I see that you have different looking tooth fairies. You want to brand your toy, just have one consistent looking tooth fairy.
Okay.
And then also, what's the suggested retail price?
The Tooth Fairy books, I'm retailing them for $19.99. The doll, I was thinking $14.99. The tooth pillow, $14, and my Tooth Fairy storybook, $2.99.
I think you should really bundle everything right now. The biggest thing about retail is added value. So you want to make sure if they buy their bundle versus buying everything separately, they're getting the value for their buck.
Yes.
In that store, it's got to hit. I mean, it's
Right.
got to be like a whale farting in a bathtub. Big noise, lots of splash.
That's what I want.
If you don't get that, you're behind the power curve. Since Kristen is creating a new product category, the consumer feedback will be critical to my final decision to invest or not.
So here's the deal. Tomorrow, we are setting you up with a retail challenge. Right here, we're turning this into our hatched pop-up store. That's where you're gonna be able to interact with consumers and pitch your product. And we're really interested to hear their consumer feedback, and that's gonna help us make our decision.
Good luck.
Thank you so much. I will sacrifice blood, sweat, tears, whatever it takes to move this forward into the market.
Coming up, will the consumer feedback put a smile on Kristen's face?
I think your product is a home run.
Or will it be like pulling teeth?
We could just make it by ourselves. We don't need to buy it.
Kristen, a mom entrepreneur, wants to turn her Tooth Fairy's tail products into a national brand. She got a ton of advice from our experts.
Focus first on making one product a great success. You haven't done that yet.
But before Joe decides if he's going to financially back her, he needs to hear from potential consumers. So today, Kristen will have to pitch her Tooth Fairy's tail products to over 100 consumers. They'll give their feedback in a survey, which will be analyzed by our experts, Nicole and Freddie, before Joe makes his final decision.
Hello there.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, precious. I'm Kristen. Nice to meet you. I'm the Tooth Fairy. Awesome. And I am the owner of Tooth Fairy's Tail.
I highly doubt that our whimsical Tooth Fairy here will have any problems charming consumers with her magical products.
You want to know how it works? When you lose a tooth, you're going to stick it in the little pocket, and you're going to leave it under your pillow for the Tooth Fairy. And then she's going to hide this adorable doll somewhere in the house with a special gift, and the child wakes up and searches all over for the special gift from the Tooth Fairy.
Okay, like Elf on the Shelf. Okay, and that's cool. What is this?
So this is the Baby Teeth Keepsake Book. It stores all 20 baby teeth your child loses. You put the date and your little picture here. The Tooth Fairy will put it in the book and put it away. That way they have it nice and sound.
This is such a great idea to keep the keepsake.
I like it all.
Kristen may have enchanted the consumers, but before I decide whether or not to invest, she's going to need to prove to me that people really want to keep their kids' teeth.
So what are your thoughts of my product?
This is a unique thing, and I think every child, every mother would want this. I would totally buy it.
Even though I'm done losing all my teeth, I definitely think younger kids would love it.
I think your product is a home run.
But it wasn't a home run with everyone.
I don't really get why you would have it. Like, we could just make it by ourselves. We don't need to buy it.
The innovation behind Tooth Fairy's Tales is brilliant. Not only is it a story that kids love, but it's also creating memories and traditions that can be passed down for generations to come.
Why exactly did you make this?
I made this because I wanted my son's teeth to have a memory in my mind of how they looked in his mouth. And you can start this with your own children when you have them. The same little tradition.
To let them have that as an adult, to see their baby teeth is an amazing thing.
I love the picture. It's like a glimpse in time. This was her when she was that age.
It's good to go back as you're older and to look back and say, oh, wow, these are my teeth when I was a little child.
The consumers are all in for having a keepsake tooth book that can start a new tradition. And it seems to be the better alternative.
My little one, she just lost her first tooth. And what do you keep it in?
A Ziploc bag.
You know, I wish my mom had it because I have no idea where any of my teeth are.
I think my mom keeps my teeth in, like, I think one of her desk drawers, so she might keep them in mine. I don't know, they're really messy.
The Tooth Fairy has my children's teeth, so I don't know where they are, actually.
One of Kristen's biggest selling points is that her Tooth Fairy storybook promotes good oral hygiene. Let's see if that sparkles a smile with the parents.
And just encouraging the children just to brush those teeth day and night, right? Well, at the end of the story, they're promising to brush and floss.
Excellent.
I can honestly tell you that, one, it'll get her to brush her teeth more, so that's a huge positive.
The educational part of her product is amazing.
Would you brush your teeth every day, morning and night, to get a surprise?
Only in the morning. For this little doggy, yeah.
And what happens when you brush your teeth?
Surprise!
Surprise!
Surprise! The day is going fantastic. I am getting great positive feedback. Kids are saying this will encourage them to brush their teeth, and that's what parents want.
I recommended to Kristen to bundle her products to give consumers more value for their dollar. Let's see if she'll take my advice.
Well, how much is the cost of it?
The cost for all 4 pieces, the keepsake book, the Tooth Fairy pillow, the storybook, and the doll, is gonna retail about $40 for everything.
Good price because it's something that you're going to be able to use year after year after year.
I think it's a perfect price, even for gift giving.
Exactly.
Looks like Kristen took our expert Freddie's advice, and it sure paid off. As the retail day comes to an end, the consumers fill out their surveys and give their feedback on Kristen Tooth Fairy Tale products.
I'm going to look at the survey results very closely before I decide whether or not Kristen gets my financial backing.
It's time for the Hatched Pop Quiz. How much money did the Tooth Fairy pay to American children for their lost teeth last year? Is it A, $105 million, B, $255 million, or C, $320 million? Find out the answer when we return to Hatched. Before the break, we asked, how much money did the Tooth Fairy pay to American children for their lost teeth last year? Is it A, $105 million, B, $255 million, or C, $320 million? The answer is B. The Tooth Fairy paid a record $255 million for lost teeth in the U.S. last year. Kristen came to Hatch Business Solutions looking for an investment to turn her kid-inspired Tooth Fairy Tale products into a household brand. She faced the ultimate retail challenge.
I am getting great positive feedback. Kids are saying this will encourage them to brush their teeth.
But will the consumer survey results be strong enough to help convince our investor Joe her product is worthy of financial backing?
All right, guys, we have the survey results in for Tooth Fairy Tale. And people are very opinionated about this one. You ready to bring her in?
Ready.
Hi.
Hello there.
It's me again, the Tooth Fairy.
How was the retail experience?
It was a long day, and I just kept getting more excited as the day went because it was just great feedback.
Well, not all of the feedback, Kristen, was positive. We have your survey results. Are you ready to hear them?
Yes.
Here is the most troubling statistic. When we asked customers, do you need more products to tell this story? 77% don't believe you need more products. A concern of ours was that you were expanding too quickly without focusing on your original product.
What you suggested, yes.
Are you willing to be laser focused toward your first product before continuing to expand?
That's why I'm here, is to get your advice and the feedback. I'm brand new, and I am willing to do whatever it takes.
Another survey result.
Okay.
Would they buy your product? Nearly 80% said yes, and that's an excellent score.
Every child, every mother would want this.
I think your product is a home run.
Music to our ears. The survey results proved to me that I have a product I can create a huge demand for, and I'm onto something really special.
And although a majority of the consumers said that they will buy your product, I highly recommend you making a more simplified presentation. Just have one consistent looking Tooth Fairy to help brand your product.
It makes complete sense.
When it came to asking parents if they would actually save teeth, only 50% said yes. That's actually a really low score.
She just lost her first tooth, and what do you keep it in?
a Ziploc bag.
The Tooth Fairy has my children's teeth, so I don't know where they are.
We see this as a problem toward educating a consumer as to why they need your product in the first place.
Yeah.
So are you willing to look into more ways to explain to the consumer the benefits of saving teeth?
Absolutely. I am willing to do whatever it takes.
So, let me tell you what you got going for you. You're good at listening. You're willing to make changes. You certainly have passion.
Thank you.
Right up to the tiara on the top of your head. So, before we make our final decision, is there anything you'd like to say to us?
I promise you, we're gonna take this to the top. I'm going to be the brand. When people think of Tooth Fairy, it's gonna be me.
Awesome.
Excellent.
All right, Kristen, we're going to talk about you behind your tiara, and we're going to get back to you with our final decision.
Okay, thank you
You're
again
welcome.
so much.
Thank you.
Getting the results is a huge weight just lifted off my shoulders. Now I'm just anxious, waiting to hear their final decision.
It's time for Joe to consult with his experts before he makes his final decision.
All right, this one is a tough one, guys. I'm not even sure where this product fits. I'm eager to hear what Freddie and Nicole have to say. What do you guys think about Tooth Fairy?
It's an interesting novelty product. I think you really need to create a market here. I don't think she should be as ambitious as she is by expanding too quickly. I think she really needs to focus on making this product successful and hone her messaging and create awareness for why parents should save kids' teeth, because right now it's not intuitive.
I agree with you 100%.
If she can get into every kid's dentist's office across America, she has something.
My only concern from a retail perspective is the actual marketing cost to really make that product successful. She really has to focus on getting consumers to really buy into what she's doing. And I think having one Tooth Fairy that looks exactly the same across the board will allow her to be a brand. When our kids are grown and their kids are alive, that brand will stay consistent in the marketplace forever.
If she has our guidance under her wings, I suppose, behind her wings, so to speak, then I think she can take this retail opportunity and rock it.
All right, I've heard you both. I appreciate your sage advice, and I have a decision.
Coming up.
The pressure is pretty intense. I'm just dying to know. I'm just so anxious and excited.
We have decided.
Kristen came to Hatch Business Solutions in hopes of turning her products into a national brand. At the Retail Challenge, she captivated the consumers with her Tooth Fairy tail products.
I think your product is a home run.
But our experts have major concerns.
She really has to focus on getting consumers to buy into what she's doing.
And now, it's decision time. Has Kristen done enough to walk away with an investment to help launch her products into stores across America?
Everything is at stake with the expert's decision. The pressure is pretty intense. I'm just dying to know. I'm just so anxious and excited.
How you feeling right now? You sweating bullets?
Sweating bullets.
I understand.
Yes.
Okay, the good news is here, we like your willingness to listen. We like your willingness to learn. We can see that your passion almost extends to it being a mission. So, are you ready for the big one?
Yes.
After a great deal of deliberation, we have decided we at Hatch Business Solutions want to work with you.
Oh my gosh! I don't know how words. I am just so thrilled. This is going to change the life for my daughter. I'm going to be able to set her up a future. Thank you so much.
I love the inspiration that you had to create this product for your daughter, and she will be so proud of you.
Your story touched me. I have my own personal memories about when I lost my teeth and how those memories connected me more with my family. It's our job to really make you that brand that will be successful for years to come. So celebrate and
so much.
Celebrate and feel free to fly out of here, Miss Tooth Fairy.
Don't let the wings come out. It's surreal. I feel like I'm in a dream, and I don't want to wake up from this dream.